a cerebral form!
You're dead in the water. Put some spirit into it.
What are you up to?
Well, you know how Patty switches up her fighting style in the middle of battle?
We thought we might be able to do the same thing, so we asked for a lesson.
I don't think that's something that can be taught. You have to be born with a style that unique.
No, Yuri. You start practicing with the others. You can never know until you at least try.
I'm not so sure.
Nonsense! Keep a positive mental attitude.
You could be right. Here goes. Critical form!
Haha! Victory is mine!
We lost! Yuri, this is all your fault!
Choosing critical like that? I thought you played it cooler than that.
Carol and Raven, you owe me your gels for a while. Yuri, you get a thank you kiss.
You were betting on me?
Yuri, you're really good at cooking.
But I bet Carol is pretty handy around the kitchen, too.
Your tongue is too loose for comfort, Flynn. Handy is dandy, but if it's not done by the cookbook, I ain't having it.
You can always do it yourself, you know. You say you don't like the job, but you're pretty skilled at it.
The ladies love a man who can cook.
No way! If that were true, I'd be the coolest guy around!
Seriously, it's true.
Even if it doesn't make me cool, I guess I'm happy just to have other people enjoy my cooking.
True. It really beats cooking and eating alone.
It's nice watching a lady enjoy a good meal. I could care less about guys.
Next time I cook for you, Raven, all you're getting is a butter sandwich.
Nah, spreading butter is too much work. Just give them the crusts.
What happened to being happy about other people enjoying your cooking?
Flynn, aren't you tired from all that fighting?
It's far from enough to wear me out.
Is it just me, or does combat seem to invigorate him? Like a couple other people I could name.
Who?
Who indeed?
I didn't get as many chances to fight at the front after I rose to captain. This is an opportunity to keep myself in fighting form.
Whatever excuse you come up with, you're still a fighting maniac.
I've never been called a fighting maniac before.
And here I was thinking Flynn was normal.
She doesn't think we're normal.
Shocking, right?
What sort of person did you believe me to be, Rita?
Huh? Why ask now?
I mean, I never would have thought you'd think one of Yuri's friends was normal.
Yeah, you really are Yuri's type.
I'm right here, both of you.
So, Yuri,
What's up, Carol?
you and Flynn use the same techniques, but somehow they're different.
Those are skills Yuri learned in his days as a knight. Unfortunately, he wasn't as diligent as he could have been.
What are you saying? A dragon swarm like yours gives the enemy a chance to run.
That doesn't mean you can throw a kick in. You're turning it into a dragon sweep. And you're Tiger Blade.
What? I didn't even learn that when I was a knight.
There's no need for a punch.
Not for you, maybe.
It's not proper. You're besmirching an ages-old technique.
Come, there's no need to fight. Kids today all have their own style. Good for them. Flynn, champion of tradition. Yuri, pioneer of a new style. To be young.
Honestly, I like Yuri's version of Tiger Blade better because of the whole downed hit feature.
So now we've got the gang back together.
I'm so glad to be with you all again. Same here.
Likewise.
You must take care not to strain yourself.
Remember, there's a limit to what we can do.
You know, one step at a time.
Huh? What's up?
I think Repede just welcomed me back.
No, Repede's already off over there.
Should have seen that coming.
Yep, still trying to farm Navi medals here. Oh hey, this seems like a pretty good spot. It's right next to a golem.
It looks like Baol is back to his old self.
There's plenty of air for him to absorb. He seems to have used it to heal his wounds.
For all the trouble Alexei's caused, he's helping us out in some unexpected ways.
That's not gonna get him off the hook, though.
He can go wherever he likes. With Baul to help us, there's no place we can't follow.
When someone as strong as Pharaoh tells you not to go messing with Zauda, it makes you wonder.
I wish he'd use regular words when he talked, though.
Definitely. If it's really all that dangerous, you'd think he'd want to make himself clear.
Maybe it was something Pharaoh had difficulty expressing in his own way. He did take the time to warn us. That shows at least some concern for our well-being, right?
You mean that maybe he's warmed up to us a bit?
Yes.
Looking at Flynn, I can say, there's a knight captain. But it's really hard to picture Raven in charge of a bunch of knights.
I don't think it's possible until he gets rid of that shady aura he carries around.
It could be that he's only concealing his knightly dignity to complete his disguise as Raven.
I don't know if he and Dignity have even been in the same room together.
Captain Schwan was a man of grace and honor. His skills were renowned, which kept him on constant secret missions. Every knight knew his name, and nearly everyone envied his ability to carry out his duties with poise.
Huh? Is that true?
And while he was scrupulous, he knew how to care for those under him, so he always had their trust.
After seeing 3 of them, I can see he was well liked.
The more I hear about him, the further he seems from that old man.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm not Schwan.
When did he get here?
Listen to yourselves, carrying on as though nobody's around.
But sometimes you do say things that Captain Schwan would. You continue to carry his quality, however quietly.
Knock that off, would you?
Yeah, except as Schwan, he also assassinated political rivals of Alexei's.
Raven?
What you need, lad?
I know this is a subject you would like to avoid, but I want to ask you something as a knight.
Why would Schwan obey Alexei's orders, is it?
I cannot believe Captain Schwan would be so blind as to miss the nefariousness of Alexei's deeds.
You put too much stock into Schwan. His head was as empty as a tin soldier's. The Schwan that would fulfill his duty like a puppet died a decade ago.
That would not change, even if he knew what he does now?
Well, I don't think he would have seen a Blastia of that size coming. But he still might have followed Alexei to the last. But you never can know, can you?
Is the reason you wish to settle things now because you have chosen to live as Raven?
There are some folks who took this old man seriously. So I guess I can't die just yet. But if I'm gonna live on, then I've got to make up for what Schwan did.
So a fortuitous encounter changed you.
That's putting it a bit dramatically.
Yeah, read the Empty Mask manga. Someone's got most of it translated on Tumblr. I think they're still working on the last chapter, though.
Won't we run into another pile of trouble when the knights catch up and you're with us? I won't be laughing if we mess things up before we can deal with Alexei.
That young woman knight will be difficult. What will you do about her?
She's put me on too high a pedestal. I believe that a line can be drawn between good and evil in this world.
And she thinks that you're the one who can draw that line.
But reality is not so simple.
Right. I hope she realizes that soon. I have a feeling she will.
Sounds to me like she's got blinders on.
Yeah, I think Applehead will catch on faster.
Yuri, you really shouldn't call him that. Witcher is an exceptional mage who represents the future hopes of Aspio.
Him?
Hadn't you heard?
I guess I just wasn't interested. Now that I think of it, I think he may have been more on the ball than the others.
Even after our request for assistance expired, he continued to aid myself and other knights. He is earnest and dedicated.
You care about your crew, Flynn. I'm sure you're a top-rate captain. It seems Yoda understands your feelings, Flynn.
If His Highness has got your back, you've got no choice but to charge forward.
Yes, I shall not disappoint him.
I didn't think he'd order you to go with us and stop Alexei. That little prince, I thought he was just a softie, but he's got sharp eyes.
Idealism alone won't get you very far. But if he can make clever moves like that, he'll be a fine emperor.
We'd all be in trouble if he couldn't.
An eye for the big picture, the ability to use the right people, and noble intentions. A full package like that is pretty rare.
Don't worry. I have faith in Yoda.
Anyway, Yoder told us to take you with us, so I hope you're ready for back-breaking work.
Of course. I shall not waste His Highness's favor.
Good. Then let's go.
Yeah, usually in works with noble aristocrat cousins, they're usually at each other's throats, but not here. Here, they're allies. Yeah, it's trying to fight over inheritance or control of the family. Okay, there's an event I can get by using a tent on the world map. So then you're on patrol tonight, right, Yuri? Yeah. Thanks, see you in the morning. Good night. Hiya! Who's there? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. It's alright, I'm sorry if I woke you. You didn't, I got it because I wanted to train a bit too. Why don't we train together? Really? Awesome. But Flynn, you're already so strong, why are you sacrificing sleep to train? I was just reminded of exactly how powerless I truly am. If I'm going to change the Empire, then I have to make sure I'm up for the task. I have to work hard to instill in myself strength, and that is utterly unshakable. You're not just talking about strength with a sword, are you? No, you need mental strength just as much. As you train with a sword, you must train your convictions so that they're just as sharp. Strength that lacks conviction is just violence. I see, so with rock-solid conviction you can beat any odds. Are you here to help too, Repede? Woof. This is gonna get the entire party training with together, right? Maybe I'll put this old body through its paces for once too. I'd be happy to duel you in a friendly bout, Raven. Nice to end up fighting more than one person at a time, right? Taking us all on at once better be practice. Aye, villains do tend to swim in schools. Judith, Patty, you're up too? Mind if we join in? Not at all, but why are you all here? Personally, I just wanted to try my hand against yours. If you're after a leader, aim for his horse. I'd say this is typical for you two, but then again, nothing ever is. Heh, whatever your reasons, it doesn't matter, thank you. How strange, thanking us when all we've done is happen to have the same interests. Indeed, now then, shall we get started? Guess I better keep my nose out of this, huh? Honestly, everyone should just go back to bed. That goes for you too, you know. Dazzling spin arcane art. Trying to get it to turn at night so I can farm certain monsters that only show up at night. Really sucks how that there's no way to easily pass time to a more precisely, like an in-game clock.
That last battle went by in the blink of an eye. You guys are merciless.
Hit before the enemy has a chance to. The only certain victory is a preemptive one.
We can't show our enemies any mercy.
If we take it too easy, then we're just playing with them. Makes me feel sort of bad for him, you know?
But still, I think a little bit of mercy would have been okay, just to be fair.
You're probably the most cold-blooded, merciless killer of us all, Judith, darling.
Oh? You really think that?
Looks like she doesn't even realize it.
I think she's just pretending not to.
There's something about flying that just feels great, like you're on top of the world. Hey, Rita, hon, why don't you stop lounging in the middle of the ship and come on over?
Later.
Aw, come on. You don't feel like living it up with old Raven, is that it?
What are you doing, dog? Stop pulling me! Let me go! Stop it! I said stop it!
Oh, Rita, dear, don't tell me you're afraid of heights.
Who, me? No way! Let go of me already!
You heard the lady. Oh, you haven't lived until you've seen the view from up here.
Rita, that magic you used was amazing. What do you mean? That wasn't
Oh shoot, was this because I practiced using her mystic art?
really anything special. Are you kidding? It was special. That was really, really cool. Enough already. It seriously was not anything special compared to you. Oh, I was thinking how lucky I am to have a friend who's so gifted with magic. Really? Yes, really. Thanks.
I guess I better go show it off then.
I am so gonna make you blah blah blah. Tidal wave! Use a sword. Blah blah blah. Tidal wave! A resplendent mystic drive! Oh power that lies at the root of all creation. Oh memory inscribed in ages past, hear my call and arise before me! This is the fruit of
It's
my...
strange. I can't seem to activate it directly from the spell. Either my burst or Mystic Art from Tidal Wave. It's really weird. I don't understand. I guess the timing for Tidal Wave is different from other spells. Okay, play the lottery. Let's. Yeah, there's a bunch of different outcomes. I'm not testing them all. Poop on their heads, little birdies. Or you can just ram into them. That works too. Yep, that's her Mystic Art. Let's see if there's a skit for it. No? There's no... Oh, there it is.
What'll I do next? What'll I do next? I can't wait to see what I'll do next.
Are you screwing around? You're the one in control. How can you not know what you'll do?
Because I'm never sure what I'll do, and that's just fine.
You call that fine?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it really is fine. Why am I even talking with you people? You never make any sense.
You're completely right, and that's just fine.
Huh. Everything's just fine, even though there might be some outcomes I don't like. Okay.
Now we'll have some fun. Crescent, Luna Talon, Luna Prepare. Ashen Moonlight. Come forth, O lightning.
Gotcha.
Receive your punishment. Radiant Moonlight. How was that?
Okay, let's finish them.
Please. I know how to use a sword.
Good job, Spot.
I didn't know you could fight like that.
Yeah, neither did I, actually. That was my first time.
Really? You sure put on a good show.
I thought it might be better to go all out, you know? Baul agrees.
I'm sure he does. We're counting on you, Judith.
And I'm counting on you.
Okay, next up would be Ravens. Unless there's... Did we already see Carol's skit for his Overlord Impact? I don't know.
I'll fill you full of arrows. Here goes my life. Roar, almighty being. Blast! Heart!
Well, technically we saw that it's Schwan, but I probably still need to do this to get a skit. Also, yeah, he's still gonna be hunched over for a while.
Use a sword.
I wonder if there's a way there's some kind of skill that could lessen the delay, the recovery on Blast Heart.
I know how to use a sword.
Spark! Did you see my amazing performance out there?
Yeah, you were great. But are you okay?
Huh?
I mean, doesn't it strain your heart when you do an art like that?
I'll be fine.
You sure? Well, go easy on yourself.
I wonder if my heart really can take it.
Okay, so there's apparently something at Mount Temza that I need to be aware of.
Never gets any easier, no matter how many times I come.
Bad memories of the Great War?
Yeah, there are those too.
What are you?
Lost Fire Lily.
I mentioned I had a friend that liked this flower, right? My friend is here.
Why would you have a friend here? You mean a friend from the Knights?
Some waste their lives while they're alive. Others waste their lives by dying too soon.
Your friend died in the Great War.
Yeah, humans. What a sad bunch.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Way better knight than me. Always used the family's famed bow. Man, such a brave knight. Never did find out what happened to that bow.
Maybe it's still somewhere here in this field.
Could be. Finding it would be pretty tough, though.
Thought maybe if I just bummed around, Casey'd get mad enough to come back, but,
That's so sad.
Hey! Don't go getting all gloomy on me.
What are you talking about? You're the one who started this sob fest.
Sorry. Anyway, rest well, Casey. I know you're in a better place.
Hey, something's falling out of the sky.
Huh?
What is it?
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
So what is it?
This was Casey's favorite compact.
But how?
The ghost of your friend must be watching over you.
Ghost? That's impossible. It was just a coincidence.
You call this a coincidence?
Like, maybe a bird picked it up and then dropped it by mistake. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
So, was this Casey friend of yours a woman?
Woman? What? Oh, a lady from the old man's past?
Now, Rita, remember your blood pressure.
Oh, come on. I want all the juicy details.
Sorry, there ain't much. For starters, another guy already had his heart set on her.
A tale of unrequited love, then?
A love on war's fickle sea. A lady gone too soon. Oh, such a tragedy.
Okay, that's enough. You guys go ahead and think what you like, though. Here's to you, Casey. I'm doing okay with these kids here. I'm doing okay.
Compact of Remembrance. Alright, let's hope this team is good enough. Oh boy. Oh my god, guard break? Really? This is getting real annoying. Oh boy. Well, just gonna spam spells. That's really all I can do against such a powerful beast. How did we get such a huge combo already? Holy shit. Oh my goodness.
I am so gonna make you hurt.
Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger Blade! Tiger Blade! Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger Blade! Tiger! I'll punish you!
The fuck are you doing, Estelle? Magic arts only, then. Oh, fuck. Oh my... Oh, fuck. Oh, that was close.
Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger Blade! Tiger! I'll punish you! Tiger Blade! Tiger Blade! Tiger Blade! Tiger!
I can't believe this is working. Also... Hey, mind tossing me a freaking pineapple gel? Oh boy.
I am so gonna make you hurt!
I'll punish you! Tiger Blade! Take this!
Oh, crap. Oh. We're more than halfway there.
Pure light. Here,
Yeah, I'm gonna toss a melon sheet to you real quick. Really? Everything guard breaks here. Oh man.
I am so gonna make you hurt! Before this resplendent! Grand Chariot! Sharpened rage!
Oh, you're almost there. Really has a grudge against her, doesn't he?
I'm not finished.
Go easy on the items.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, time stop. Haha.
You're gone! That didn't work!
I am so gonna make you encircling stars be as light and obstruct all things. Resplendent!
Tiger! I'll punish take this! Tiger Blade!
Are you okay?
Tiger Blade! You're gone!
So close, yep. Haha!
Man, I want some more.
That wasn't too bad. Just had to spam Rita because of its weird hitbox. Maybe use a few aerials here and there to keep it a little busy. Hang on.
I'm even stronger now.
It wasn't even that overleveled. Only somewhat overleveled. Okay, there's also a bunch of stuff I need to grab here due to my new Sorcerer's Ring. What have we here? Golden Helm. I'm pretty sure Flynn's already got better helms, so... yeah. He's OP. Wait, have I scanned this monster before? It looks different.
I don't care what rock you crawled out from. Bring it!
Raptor? Just a low-level thing.
That was wonderful.
Just dropped a carrot. Weird. So it looks like there's a few new monsters here. Holy Ring. Occasionally restores 1% of wearer's max hit points. Don't I already have a similar item? Holy Symbol? Huh. Aha! Dark Star Gem. Light Star Gem. Whole wiggle back here. What?
Blows! Fade! Shining Fade! Not done yet!
That was a nice little break.
Overdrive Lady. An accessory. Or just a costume item. Savory. Stone Charm. Uh-oh. Spirit Ring. Occasionally restores 1% of wearer's max TP. Great Raptor Beak. And Chamomile. You mean to tell me you defeated a Pterobronc? I must thank you. Please, take this. Claw. You don't want to cut your hands with it. Just gonna list off everything. Okay, we need to bust some walls. Dogi the Wall Crusher will be proud. Oh no, it's one of these areas. We have the lamp, but still... just want to hold the B button and take it nice and slow. Aha, 2 items. Hotengeki, how's that compared to your current stuff? Recovery Arts, Vitality 2, Spirits 2. Pineapple Gel. Whoa, another starfish.
We will.
Okay, downstairs. Whoa, that thing is fast. Haha! A fairy ring. Reduce TP consumption by 50%. Yuri actually has pretty decent TP. Who should... I'll link about it later, I guess. Put a lot of cool stuff on Yuri, why not? Fork in the road. Okay, there's... Red basil. Nerf fork. Antenna guard. A must for a Critian lady. Savory. Any PS3 or later stuff? Okay, south of here, I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening. I think there's some kind of key item I might need to worry about later on, but not right now. Okay, back to here. Open. Should be a chest in here. The amulet prevents all physical ailments. He accidentally fell down here. That was pretty humiliating. Oh well, I can always go back for a safer route later. Basil. Poison charm. Okay, what about this one? Any PS... yeah, the The map said there's nothing in here. I was hoping there'd be a PS3 or later exclusive item, but no. Really is a dud.
It's so boring looking at the same types of rooms over and over again.
No way! When you make a map, you realize how everything's laid out. It's really interesting.
Would you say you're happy so long as you're making a map?
Yeah, nothing calls to a man's heart like the thrill of making maps.
I've never had that thrill. I just need a map to show me where I'm supposed to go.
Hey, wait! I still haven't written down all the places where you can find monsters.
Okay, I think these are the last 2 chests. Whoa. We have no chance to fight everyone here.
Are we gonna keep going, or what?
Yeah, we should. Or are we lost?
That's impossible. We have a map, right?
Well, it's useless if we can't read it. So, Captain, you're drawing the map. Which way do we go?
Let's see. This way's north, so that would put us...
We're here. North is the other way.
Nice! Judith, you're amazing.
The map maker is useless.
Huh? Looks like I'm not so good at making maps indoors.
It's not as funny as you think it is. Come on, let's go.
The warehouse of Nordopolica. You wouldn't happen to be the Brave Vesperia, would you? Yes, we are. Brave Vesperia is who we are. Our warehouse is flooded with new shipments, and we haven't been able to tidy it up. We heard tidying up warehouses is your specialty. Can you help us out? Sure, we'll take care of it. Alright then, I'm counting on you. There we go. Specific. Okay. 5 goes in that hole there. Go about this one. That's 8. 9. 10. Okay, I don't really see a way for me to do much else with this 11 here. So for now, let's just push 12. Okay, let's go back downstairs to check out what's happening with 12. This This must be it. There. Where, number 13, where did it land? Oh, it landed right near where I needed it. There we go. Right next to 12. Paralysis Ward. 16. Treat. Thanks, I appreciate it. Here's a little something for you. 2,000 gold. Thanks, Brave Vesperia. Hey, you did say that Brave Vesperia just now, did you not? Just what is that supposed to mean? Is there another one? Well, it's whatever you like for it to mean. I thought so. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, a bad thing. It's getting pretty late. Maybe we should stay at Dawngrest tonight. I agree. It's important to rest well to recover from all the running around we've been doing. Where are you going, Flynn? I'll be patrolling Dawngrest tonight, so I'm going to ask the Union's permission. I'm still a knight, even when I'm not with my brigade. Protocol must be followed. Where are you going to patrol? Isn't that the Union's duty? It's hard to imagine that the Union's been functioning as normal since the Dawn Step. Word of Dawngrest's deteriorating peace has reached even the knights. Infighting among the guilds has definitely increased with the Dawn gone. That's something the Union really ought to be handling, but... yeah, I think a knight on patrol should be enough of a deterrent. Ah, Flynn, don't be such a stick in the mud. We finally got a chance to relax. This calls for letting loose, not working hard. Flynn's on-off switch is stuck at on. That's rich coming from a guy whose own switch is stuck at off. Right then, follow me. I'm taking you somewhere nice. No, I really do have to patrol tonight. Everything is a life lesson, kid. Now shut up and come on. But Raven! Really gotta let the old man take him like that? I know he's got a family-friendly place in mind. Anything that helps Flynn let his hair down is fine by me. No way, you're a knight? You've gotta be kidding me. I'd never have guessed. Everyone knows knights are all stuck-up little jerks. There's no way someone as cute as you could actually be a knight. Ha ha ha. Do girls in the Empire go crazy for any guy who calls himself a knight? Too bad for you, you're in Dawngrest now. Well, don't be so nervous. We'll tell you all sorts of stuff if you just ask. It's hard to believe you really are a friend of Raven's. And you're just drinking juice like some little kid. You're too adorable. Come on, just relax. We're going to have so much fun together tonight. Good morning. Morning, I didn't keep you waiting, did I? Nope, hey, don't tell me you two were out all night. The sun was up before I even noticed. It's fine, Knights are used to staying up from dusk till dawn. It doesn't affect our fighting. Looks like you had the time of your life. It was fun. Raven showed me a very interesting time. Oh, good. You must want to be as good as a friend you as Yuri. Yeah, I wish Yuri would have been there too. What's wrong, old man? Don't look so down. That was a big mistake. I'm never taking Flynn out in the town again. None of the girls so much as glanced at me with him around. Oh, it's always been like that. He's pretty used to being flirted with by now. What now? Nothing. Do you have a good time? Yeah, I got to hear from people who aren't used to seeing knights in their town. I realize how important it is to take a load off sometimes and just listen to people. Yeah, I doubt that old man had such admirable goals in mind. Sorry you had to put up with him all night, old man. You don't know the half of it. Emperor of the Night. Reminds me of that one light novel. They just add to of the night to any title and it sounds raunchy. Sigh. What's wrong, lad? Do you know him, Patty? Nope, but he seems so upset. I just had to stop and ask what was the matter. Hey now. Is something troubling you? I bet the sound of crickets in that empty store of yours is what's got you down, huh? Rita, you don't have to be so rude. No, she's right. Oh, were you here to buy something by chance? Not really. Oh, I see, sigh. What kind of shop is this anyway? It's a juice stand. Juice? Why aren't you selling fish? Torum has an abundance of fresh fish. It's a waste not to take advantage of that. Yeah, the fish in Torum are famously delicious. Alright, sounds like fish juice is the answer to all your problems. That takes care of that. Fish juice, huh? Something so rare is bound to attract plenty of customers. I'm pretty sure only cats would be attracted to something like that. Not to mention fish juice would smell, you know, fishy. Aye, fish juice is not what you use Torum fish for. But it's still too soon to show you what I have in mind. Just let me whip up a menu. You'd do that for me? You have my word, lad. I wish you'd quit dragging us into other people's problems. I think you offended her pride by suggesting fish juice. Now then, me hearties, I need you to, all to go get me these ingredients. You can't just order us around. I think we're past the point of no return by now. Oh, come on, come now. Look how happy the shopkeeper is. Let's get to work. Your fish juice is what started this whole thing, after all, Rita. Erg! What do we need to get? Napa cabbage, tofu, kelp, scallop, salmon, squid, and shrimp. One of each of those. Once we have all of that, we'll come back here and get cooking. Thank you all so much. Welcome back, everyone. We've got all the ingredients. Now what? We filleted a fish. You have a fillet knife I can borrow? I'm afraid not. You don't? I'm sorry, this is just a juice stand, so... Can we just use that one over there? Rita, darling, that knife's good for skin, apples, and not much else. We'll just have to make a knife then. Oh, if a basic kitchen knife will do, I can make one. It has to be a fillet knife. Seafood must be kept fresh. And to keep it fresh, you have to use a specialized knife to fillet it quickly. If I don't fillet them properly, these poor fish will have died for naught. I agree, very well said. But how are we going to make that knife? A smithing guild could probably make us one, right? If we're gonna ask the guild for help, it'll be faster to issue a request to the union. Normally we're the ones doing the job, not the other way around. What about asking at the bar in Dawngrest? Right, we can contact someone from the union there. We should probably make sure we have all the materials before we ask to have it made. To create a kitchen knife, we'll need a sharp blade and flare stone. I'm pretty sure I have plenty of those. I wonder where we can pick those up. Well, why don't we head toward Dawngrest after we get the materials? Let's set our sights on that kitchen knife and set sail. Ciao. That voice. We meet Ancora. This is all you, old man. Flynn's not in this scene for some reason. Why does it always have to be me? Is there anything we can do for you? That barca that's tied up in the port, is she yours? Oh, the boat? Yes, it's ours. It used to belong to Miss Kaufman, but... I was wondering, is it okay if I upgrade it? You want to upgrade it? Hold on just a second. You can do anything funny to my ship and I'll gut ye. Upgrade it, you say. What do you want to do to it anyways? There's just something I'd like to put onto it, capiche? I won't do anything bad to it. You have my word. You think we're just going to let you do who knows what to our ship? We need more of an explanation. Hey Yuri, you think we might just let him do it and see what happens? Do you know something I don't, old man? Nah, not really. Just thought we might give him a chance. He already taught Raven a few useful tricks before anyways. Guess we'll give it a shot then. How about it, Patty? If you say it's alright, then it's alright. But if I smell... We'll smell it if you do anything fishy. Sure, okay, grazie. Bene, just wait here a little bit. Garda, I have finished. There's something attached to the ship. What did you do? I attached a salvage arm for you. With this, you can collect treasures in the sea. What do you think, Patty? It's been placed very well. The weight distribution and hull balance have been taken into account too. Not bad, lad. Not bad at all. I also adjusted the bottom to get you through shallows that you could not traverse before. Wow. Hey, how do you do all this? Oh, I've just been interested in Lebarche lately is all. Wow, what a strange guy. Well, see you. Arrivederci. Was that Professor Sicily just now? Huh, you know that guy? Of course, they call him the shining star of core engineering. There's no one in the world who's better at manipulating Blastia cores. Wow, that's amazing. Rita, you haven't heard of him? No, I haven't. Blastia researches many subfields. I always researched how to use Blastia to produce magical effects. But some Blastia engineers develop new applications for cores and their effects. That's a totally different area of research. Wow, Blastia engineers, eh? I'll bet the Architects Guild would love to get their hands on someone like him. That's right. The Architects Guild is working frantically to find Professor Sicily and get his help. That sounds like information that Kaufman would be interested in. But they say that he's rather eccentric and he only works on projects that interest him at the time. That sounds about right. Let's go see just how useful that professor's eccentricity can be. Yeah, let's see what that salvage arm can do. Crane has been added to Fiertia. Lowered the arm near specific search points to uncover hidden items or gold. You may even discover some other items. In addition, the ship has been reinforced and you're able to travel through shallow streams you were unable to reach before. Okay, I found one point. See that little shell there? Waterproof cloth. Beast skin. Okay, it's just a normal search point. But yeah, we can now we now have a lot more options for finding things, farming more materials. Okay, seagulls are also a search point apparently. Okay, one of the people behind the counter will help me. Hey, can you help us out? What is it you need, Raven? It's not what I need, it's what she needs. Can you make me a fillet knife with these materials? A fillet knife, that'll take a while. We can't exactly wait around. Is there anything we can do to expedite it? Well... Oh hey, what about trading me these materials for the knife I already have here? If that knife's good enough for the bar, it should be good enough for us. Then here you go. Whoa, sink me. What is it, Patty? This is an all-purpose knife, good for just about everything a chef could need. Are you sure I can have this? I'm a good enough cook that I'll be fine without it. Besides, I'll just have the soulsmiths to make me another with the materials you gave me. Thank you. Looks like we got a pretty good deal. Indeed. Alright then, let's head back to Torim. You got the knife? So are you gonna start cooking now? By the way, what exactly are you making? Seafood stew, a hearty sailor's dish. Stew, I don't eat stew very often. That's the top secret recipe that fishermen cook out at sea, isn't it? It goes great with booze. The broth absorbs and intensifies all the savory flavor of the fish. You couldn't have picked a better meal. Stew's just great. All you do is chop everything up, boil it, and add some seasoning, and voila. You hardly even need a recipe, or us to help you. Stew is not to be taken lightly. It is a profound dish with subtle flavors that vary depending on the order in which you add the ingredients. Pay attention, I'm going to teach you the true meaning of stew. Rita, do you know what it means to put your foot in your mouth? Shut. Right, Carol and the old man are in charge of the vegetables. Judy, can you make the broth? What are you delegating for? I thought you were making it. How else are you going to learn the true meaning of stew? Rita. Rita will wash the dishes, Estelle will make the rice, and Yuri will fillet the fish. Oh, I get the most important job? Then I'm in charge of season. You'll help with filleting the fish, Flynn. There's plenty to go around. Understood. I'm the one in charge of seasoning. Alright, everyone, to your stations. It's finished. Something smells amazing. It's making my mouth water. Miss Kaufman. He told me the whole story about how you whipped up this new menu for him. Mind if I join in for a bite? Aye, not at all. Thank you, don't mind if I do. Delicious, such a bold flavor, it's lost none of its savory notes. This is a splendid meal. Do you think it's worth a spot on the menu? Absolutely, this has the makings of a new Torum delicacy. I can't thank you all enough, this menu will flood my shop with customers. That's the spirit, good luck. This dish will attract even more people to Torum. I anticipate a sharp rise in tourism revenue. Ah, ever the shrewd merchant. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I have every confidence in my seafood stew. I'll wager everyone who has a taste will be the happiest they've ever been. What's the bonus for seafood stew? Increases overlimit gauge. That's actually pretty useful. But how much does it increase it by? A single bar? Or maybe just half a bar? A tenth of a bar? So we go over here. You there, you're worried about something, no? Who, me? Sure, but who isn't? I am the great Zarshan of the Soft-Boiled Cerebellum Fortune-Telling Guild. Now then, just relax, don't move a muscle, and I shall read your fortune. Hey? Aha! You've got a lovesick mind. Oh wow, she's right. In order to quell this turmoil, you must, lash yourself to the mast of the principles you hold so dear. Principles, huh? You mean the sea teachings? What pray tell is that? Ifrit's teachings, they were practically a mantra. So what, your wishes will come true if you just abide by the teachings? Not just abide by, practice. There, I told your fortune to pay up, that'll be 1,000 gold. Hang on, we've gotta pay? Happiness in this world doesn't come cheap, let alone free. You ambushed us, and now you want money? That's practically stealing. The kid's got a point. Well, thank you very much for your business. Oh, and one last thing before I go. The happiness you seek lies in an item dredged up from the seabed. That really narrows it down. Can you get any more specific? That is all I have seen, my friend. Farewell, and may your love be blessed. What a shady lady. She's just like you, old man. Hey no, I'm an upstanding citizen. Dredged up from the seabed. Is she talking about salvage? Sea Teachings Article 18. The open seas are full of dangers, but we must not fear the unknown. Where the heck did that come from? Your love may be as vast and uncharted as the seas, but I won't be deterred. I will pull it from the cold depths of your heart, Yuri. Knock yourself out. Okay, now we need to go towards the Magistrate's Palace. It's Duke.
Hey.
I will take back what I have loaned.
Well, I already mastered all the skills on it, so you can have it back.
You allowed that to rise again. You cannot be trusted with Dane Nomos.
Do you know what that thing is?
The legacy of the ancients. A giant Blastia that could save the world from impending doom. But you have allowed it to fall into hands that would use it for ill purposes. All things must be returned to their proper places. Begin by returning that sword to me.
Wait, if this should be returned to its proper place, wouldn't that mean giving it to Estelle?
Nothing would be more fruitless than giving it to one who cannot use it properly.
For us, Dane Nomos was never anything more than proof of Imperial lineage. So perhaps you are better suited to wield it.
So if you don't mind, could you let me keep it a little longer? We're going to stop Alexei ourselves. And we need this to do it.
Or how about we just give it back to him and have him join our party?
Very well. However, if you should waver before the task you face, I will come again to claim the sword.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I need to talk to Polly. Oh, it's Miss Estelle. Oh, Polly, how are you doing? I'm good. How's your doggy? Woo! Oh, wow, Repede's being nice to someone. Repede loves playing with kids who like dogs. Really? What about me then? Look, Repede, I like you this much. Woof. Hi. Hey, I thought you left this place for good. My kid likes this place. We come back from time to time. I see, that's great. Alright, Polly, it's time to say bye-bye now. Everyone, good seeing you all again. Bye-bye. Woof. It was nice to see them so happy. Woof. Ah! What is it? Woof. Repede? Polly was kidnapped by a monster. A monster inside the barrier? Repede ran after them. We should go too. Repede left the party. Oh shoot. Everyone's so careless, thinking their little barrier will protect them from everything. That was a piece of cake. Now I wonder how much I'll be able to get for this little brat. Woof, 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 woof. You mangy hound, you dare stand up to a human? Grrr. Damn it, who are you? I thought it was strange that a monster would be inside the barrier. A companion of yours, I see. Give back the kid. You think I'll handle him over that easily? Grrr, woof woof.
Keep your eyes on my sword.
Okay, they're already scanned and they're... oh, low leveled.
Shiny thing! Take this as a fire blade! Higher,
I don't think I said super chain skills. I probably do that. Woof, woof, woof. Or maybe I got the timing wrong for continuing his chain. Good job, Repede. Damn it, I won't forget this. Ah! Leave him. For now, the important thing is to get Polly back to his parents. Thank you so much. You helped us so many times. I don't know how I could possibly thank you enough. Think nothing of it. It's all in a day's work. I don't remember you doing all that much to help them, old man. Your doggy saved me. Woof. Repede's not the sort of pooch who'd ignore a dog-loving kid in distress. Thanks, Mr. Dog. Woof. I still wonder, why would anyone want to take Polly? Woof, woof, woof. It looks like he was just trying to make a quick buck. Ugh, I guess we have to be on our guard even inside the barrier. What do you have there, Polly? That guy dropped something, so I picked it up. The bandit did? It looks like a note on how to teach a certain technique to a monster. Not that a dumb monster could ever learn how to use a technique like this. Woof, woof, woof. What? Is this what you want? Woof. There's nothing Repede can't use. Oh, alright, I'll read it to you. Woof. That's all there is to it. You think you got all that? Woof woof. Learn special. The doggy got stronger again. Woof. Question mark. Literally only 2 hits, but if I didn't have minimum damage, it probably would be pretty impressive. Look, in terms. Well, I don't know its damage multiplier actually. I should probably look that up later. Yeah. So that was Repede's Mystic Art. Now I gotta finish this. Come on, give me the skit for it.
Huh? Looks like the pooch is pretty fired up.
Did you see that art he did? It was like a whoosh attack!
Carol? No. It's actually more of a mercurial laceration.
Lame. Sounds like an old man thought it up.
An old man did, and it sounds damn good.
Oh, will you two shut up? It was a cut, right? So just call it slash.
All right, done.
That's it? That's what we're calling it? Yes, I like how they made the name of the Mystic Art question mark until the skit. Yeah, it's good attention to detail there. There's supposed to be a hot springs or something around here. Yeah, I see it. Pretty deeply hidden in the trees. Hopefully it'll be marked on the map from now on. What the heck, check. Are these for sale? Looks lots of yukatas are on display. Hello, fine visitors, and welcome to the Yumanju Hot Spring Spa. Hey, what is this place? Sir, you have arrived at Yumanju Hot Spring Spa, home of the finest open-air baths that Turco Lumerace has to offer. The Yumanju Hot Springs are famous the world over. What's an open-air bath? It's a hot spring where you go outside to take a bath and relax. Take a bath outside? I never heard of anything like that. I think you'll find that it feels quite nice and liberating too. I get in the bathtub and hop right out as soon as I'm clean. Who cares how nice it is? Yuri, it's best for your body if you soak for a while and relax. Open-air baths, huh? Sounds like quite a sight to see. I wonder what it feels like to sit in them. Oh wow, this sounds great. I want to go in. I think it sounds like quite a sight to see, too, if you know what I mean, wink. Can we go in? Unfortunately, you cannot. You cannot. What? Why can't we go in? You big meanie? I assure you, I'm not a meanie. The baths are simply being cleaned right now. Seriously? What a tease. Let's come back the next time we get a chance. I'm terribly sorry. We look forward to your next visit. Is that an antlion? Woman to Yumanju's gift shop. Bubble Bobbles. Please have a look around. Gift shop. I only see regular goods, though there is a good variety of ingredients here. Yes. May want to stop by here for cooking purposes. And just a bunch of normal items. Yup. Ooh, I can't get enough of these hot springs. Ooh, I feel so good. This place is really wonderful. I didn't even know there were such things as open-air baths. Cleaning in progress. Accommodations at the Fountain of Warmth. Yumanju are 100,000 gold per night. No? That's insane. What kind of horrible inflation is that? Buy a drink for 120. Sure. Mind bottle. Weak bottle. We get random bottles, I see. Clink, clank, clink, clank, clink. Toss in a coin, now comes a drink. I see. Say suggested synthesis. Mostly stuff I already have, though. Especially Limit Quartet. Okay, there's something going on in Pharaoh's Crag, apparently.
So, why are we here again?
Don't we have other stuff to do?
Well, we've come this far. It wouldn't hurt to just go and say hello to Pharaoh.
I'm hoping he won't be around.
Okay, there seems to be a portal.
What's this?
It's like a hole just opened up in the sky.
Oh, that. It is a phantom rift. Pharaoh made it.
What the hell is a phantom rift?
Jormungand, the town where we met Duke, was an illusion that Pharaoh made.
There wasn't anything left but ruins that second time we went there.
It kind of makes sense if what we saw in Jormungand was from the same time as the ghost ship.
Besides Duke, that is.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
And you say Pharaoh made this thing?
Yes.
It seems like Pharaoh's not around here anywhere.
He's not responding to my calls either.
Hey! What's going on here?
No!
Whoa!
That stupid kid!
Let's go.
Carol, are you okay?
Oh, we're back in Jormungand?
I'm okay. That was crazy.
This is Jormungand.
The past version, that is, but where are the people?
Or the illusion of it that Pharaoh made.
There's no one around.
Could Pharaoh be here?
Perhaps.
Let's have a look around.
No sign of that, of the woman we showed the Apophea to. Oh, but there is a Critian.
What brings you here?
We're just travelers passing through.
I'm sorry, but there is no longer an inn or any shops in this town.
Are you here alone?
Yes, it's just me.
You wouldn't happen to be the sage, would you?
The humans of this town once called me that.
Huh? But didn't the sage die?
Shh. This is an illusion Pharaoh made, right?
So that would mean this is actually the Jormungand of 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, I wonder if the lack of a barrier Blastia is the reason everyone else took off.
How perceptive. Blastia cannot easily be acquired, nor do we have the clear Ciel crystal. The children of the full moon should never have signed the pact with the Interlakeia.
Pact?
They agreed to bury most of the Blastia, with the children standing watch over the rest.
In order to protect against the Adaphagos.
So then, the ancient civilization didn't collapse. It was sealed up.
Well, I thought you were perceptive, but now I see you actually know nothing.
What?
Supervising the use of Blastia. Doesn't that remind you of the Empire today?
Well, Estelle is a child of the full moon, not to mention one of the heirs to the throne.
Wait, so then the children of the full moon must have founded the Empire.
Please, there is no need to speak in hushed tones. The pact will surely be forsaken, unless, that is, all Blastia can be done away with for good.
But people couldn't live like they do now without Blastia.
A certain type of life can be led, even without Blastia.
Yeah, the inconvenient type.
So it has always been. They come to depend on anything that eases the burdens of life.
Yet even knowing that, you help the people of this town to build a barrier, Blastia?
I too was poisoned by the desire for greater things. I couldn't ignore the convenience.
Now what kind of a sage does that?
To be a sage means only to be rich in knowledge. I too belong to the society of people.
Being a saint isn't a prerequisite for leadership then, huh?
Well put. And the children of the full moon are no different. The role of supervisor will turn into one of absolute authority before long.
What does that mean?
It's pretty clear if you look at what the Empire's become.
Anyway, nothing remains in this village, not even Blastia. You are welcome to stay the night, if you don't mind the ramblings of an old man.
Thanks.
How about it? Do you want to rest? Is that so? Enjoy your stay.
I feel kind of dizzy.
I can't believe he kept us up all night telling those stories.
Well, I was fascinated by his epic tale of the girl who fought with a frying pan and a ladle.
Estelle, it sounds like you want to hear even more stories.
That sounds like a reference to another Tales game.
Yeah, well, you can count me out.
Anyway, this is quite impressive for something that's just an illusion.
It's so weird. It's an illusion, but we can talk with people and everything feels so real.
Perhaps it's because these things really did exist at one point in the past.
Humans could never give up Blastia completely, which has brought us to where we are today.
The Empire was only meant to monitor the Blastia, but they started digging them up and studying them.
The Interlakeia despise the Blastia, but humans just can't let them go.
So he's still in there. Yes, he is. Is there something else you require? What have you been doing in this town since all of its people left? As my fellow Cradians left for their new home in the sky, I too needed a place of refuge. You didn't go with them? I got left behind in the commotion. Didn't that happen to you too, young lady? It must be so lonely being here all by yourself. On the contrary, a pleasing calm settled over this place after everyone had moved on. Someone told you the one about the mysterious white watermelon. What? You're busy? Oh well. Yeah, no using this place as a free inn. Dingity dongity, I'm Kowz. You can call me K-Wizzle for short. Heidi ho. Oh, you're back again. You just can't get me off your mind, eh? I'm getting tired of hearing your rambling. What's got your britches in a bunch, Flatty? Okay, I've had about enough of your crap. You trying to start something? Hey, lay off, Rita. I don't much feel like seeing a catfight break out between a couple of kids. A kid? Who's a kid? I'm growing up and glorious. You sure about that? You look like a kid to me. You're tiny. You're one to talk, you swooshy-haired midget. Aha, swooshy-haired midget. Heh. Now for the main event. Today's item du jour is Poison Ward, Paralyzed Ward, and Stone Ward. Why is it up to 3 items all of a sudden? Why don't you keep your nosy questions to yourself, little Miss Innocent? Little Miss Innocent? What does that mean? Ignorance is bliss, honey, and what you don't know won't hurt you. So then, whenever it's convenient for you, feel free to hand them over. You'll give up something nice in exchange, right? Sure, don't worry about it. Thanks. Run we go. Where we stop, only I know. Here you go. Oh me, oh my, thank you again. Oh ho, heh. I don't know if I'll ever get used to seeing that thing pop out of there. I don't blame you, that's just messed up. So we gave you free things, now what will you give us? Alright, today I'm going to give you Humana Jumana. Here you go. Fleur Cape. Free of the same thing? Isn't that enough? You want me to give you more? Who'd want a bunch of copies of the same thing? Really, but I thought that they'd come in handy out in the desert. Yes, yay, we're so happy, right Carol, right? Oh yeah, I'm so happy. Oh boy, too happy for words. Oh good, well keep them safe. See you later, ding!
Greetings, Elder. What were you grumbling about?
Oh, you've returned. Look what I found when I was cleaning my dresser.
You had a sword in your dresser?
Hey, but this is...
This isn't just any old sword. It looks like, you know... Yeah.
No kidding. Not so much the shape, but the vibe it's given off.
Just what kind of sword is this?
I was hoping you would ask. If memory serves, it is one of the 7 fell arms of legend.
You know, I just noticed a lot of these cutscenes don't have Patty and Flynn in them. I guess they didn't add them to everything.
You mean the weapon spawned by the 14-headed monster from the fairy tales?
I don't know how the story is told below, but here the legend is as follows. At the height of the ancient Blastia civilization, an attempt was made to produce special weapons. Eventually, this led to the creation of armaments of untold power. 7 in total.
So these weapons are a legacy of the ancients. Well, Nomos is real. Maybe this story is too.
Is Nomos one of these fell arms then?
I'd say it's possible if what the Elder said is true.
But if this really is one of the fell arms, why was it in your dresser, Elder?
I can't remember for the life of me. It's been decades since I've cleaned this thing out.
You haven't cleaned out your dresser in decades? I don't know what to say.
If these weapons are really as powerful as they sound, it might be a good idea for us to get a hold of them before they fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, there've been quite a few sets of wrong hands out there lately, too.
We'll just have to cut off those hands.
Might we take this with us, Elder?
Huh? Oh, fine by me.
You're giving it to us just like that?
To tell the truth, I'm glad it turned up, but I'd been wondering what I'd do with it. I've got no real use for it. Besides, it would be a shame to just leave something like this lying around. I figure you are just the ones to put it to proper use.
Do you know anything about the other fell arms?
Let me see here. According to the legend, the 7 weapons share a common bond. If this is truly one of the fell arms, it may react if brought near the others.
But Nomos hasn't reacted at all.
Then perhaps it isn't a fell arm after all.
Then how are we supposed to find them?
Well, there's no point thinking it to death. So long as we have one of them, the bad guys won't be able to get them all, right? Maybe that's good enough.
I agree.
All right then, Elder. We'll take it off your hands. Thanks.
Abyssion. A sword red as blood. This blade is filled with rage. It's right here, but has no skills, even if it is slightly stronger than second star. It's honestly not worth equipping right now. Yeah, just gonna keep on second star so I don't have to allocate anything to special. Or combination 2. Okay, to complete a side quest, I probably have to activate the scene near Zaude. So yeah, no choice but to do that. There's supposed to be a flock of seagulls that's related to... Oh, there's a lot of seagulls actually. Let's just go talk to them. Maybe I can save Zaude for next video after all. Not sure what the distance is to trigger the Zaude cutscene. Frost Stone Merman's weapon, that's it? Should be in a seagulls to the northwest. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Probably. 8-man coat. Acorn helmet. No? Strange. It's whether... Oh, I see another one. This one's a little closer to the islands, actually. Oh, there we go. That's the cuts. That's the one for the side quest. Miso, radish, and egg. Tail kelp. Ooh, that's the lucky item. Lucky? Oh, you mean this thing that lady from the Fortune Teller Guild mentioned? You know, for a lucky item, it doesn't look super rare or anything. No, but it came from the ocean floor. That's why it's important. Now I just need to use it in a homemade dish for Yuri. I thought it was going to be the Maristella. Oh well. Maybe later. Ooh, what are you going to make? Skewers. That's not a very romantic food, Patty. Sea Teachings, Article 24. Draw formidable foes into a fight in your territory. I mean, sure, but why not try something else? Like what? Something sweet, of course. Something sweet, eh? Ooh, I've got it. Yuri! I rolled up my sleeves and made you something sweet. Oh yeah? Ta-da! Oh, wow, what is it? Daikon Cake. Daikon Cake? Ah, you heard me. I soaked it in the broth I used for skewers to soften it, and ringed it with chocolate for sweetness. Eat up. Maybe later. Now. Is it a new recipe? Careful, Yuri. Hell have no fury. Like a pirate scorned. Don't encourage her, Judy. Wow, it's good. See? Now eat it. Hey, Carol, take one for the team. What? Why me? Ugh. Avast. Ugh, he got away. Maybe Odin and chocolate wasn't the way to go. Maybe, but I followed the Sea Teachings to a T. Okay, was that it?
Hey, Patty, are you cooking again today? I could take care of it if you want.
Nah, I like what I'm doing, so don't worry.
I wonder if she has some ulterior motive. She's always seemed like the calculating type to me.
Patty is a fine young woman.
Well, she might be aiming to set her hook in Yuri at the very least.
If you want to catch me with food, you'll have to at least give me a personalized menu.
She doesn't give him any special treatment.
If you don't understand, then I'll tell you. The real power in any family lies in the kitchen.
The real power? The person in charge of the food has the most sway over the household.
Precisely. You all need to eat, so you can't ignore me.
It is hard to talk back to the one who has all our food.
So show me proper deference.
This
This is amazing! We've been through so many battles without a scratch!
Yeah! We are so tough!
Yes, it's not fun at all to get hurt, even if we can heal wounds.
Though I have to say it's usually exhilarating to see enemies in pain. You're scary.
Battle scars are the true mark of a man. What's the point of a battle if you don't get hurt?
Oh, you like getting hurt?
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't get you at all.
I get the feeling Rita likes doling out pain more than she likes receiving it.
I do.
You're pretty scary yourself.
I knew there was an ice drift north of Ilikia, but I never thought I'd walk across it.
Well, it's nice to have the experience, but I don't think I ever want to cross that place again.
Oh, why's that?
Huh? Don't tell me you want to go back to that freezing icebox again.
Why not? I thought it was a very beautiful place. Isn't that right, Repede?
I can't believe Judy can stand this cold in that outfit.
Maybe she's got fur like Repede.
You boys look as if you've never seen a girl before.
Are you on cooking duty again, Flynn? Let me take care of it for you.
Thanks, but it's not really a chore for me.
I'd like a chance to try my hand at it too. Or is my cooking that bad?
No, not at all. But I've already started, so...
Stick to it, both of you.
This is your sort of job, friend.
Fine, fine. Flynn, I'm on cooking duty today.
Are you sure? You used to cook for us a lot, Yuri. So let me take care of it this time.
It didn't work.
Use your noggin. Authority is the only way to go. You're up, milady.
I don't agree with this. But if everyone wills it...
Everything will be ready soon, Lady Estellise. Please wait just a moment longer.
All right.
And she's sunk. Guess it's time to get praying.
Flynn's cooking is either fine or gut-destroyingly bad. That yawning gap scares me.
Meals are no time for a gamble like that.
Yeah, if you actually try to cook with Flynn, a lot of times he will fail, which kind of sucks, but that's how it goes. Yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure you were the one who unlocked the steak recipe to begin with, you failed at it. That's just pathetic, Flynn.
Rita, you're eating quietly for once. Do you like the food?
I wouldn't say I like it, but I don't dislike it.
I'm glad it suits your taste, Rita.
I've heard that making pork stew is especially time-intensive.
Yes, it takes at least 2 days to boil the pork until it's soft enough to eat.
It seems you're pretty good at cooking elaborate dishes, Judy.
I used to cook a lot. I don't mind a little work if people will enjoy it.
Did you used to cook for your family?
Yes. And now I have you all. It makes all of the hard work worthwhile. It's delicious.
Huh? Rita, did you say something?
No. Thank you, Rita.
All right, on today's menu we have a rice omelet.
Wow, this looks great. You drew a face on it in ketchup. This is Repede's face, isn't it?
Mine is Repede facing to the left.
Mine's a golem? Wow, you even got all the details right.
You're really talented, Carol.
So are they good? I spiced it up by adding some... Huh? Why are you eating?
Oh, it's so cute. I don't want to ruin it by eating it.
I wanted to save him.
Come on, eat up! Don't stare, eat it already! I worked really hard!
Probably could have gotten this one a lot earlier considering who was listed in the skit.
Yuri, you like cooking, don't you?
I don't know about like. Why?
We've been making you cook for us all the time and you haven't refused once.
Quiet, Estelle! We don't want him to stop!
It's alright, I noticed.
You don't mind? Isn't it a lot of work?
I used to cook for myself when I was living in the capital. It's not bad at all.
It's not bad, but you don't really like it?
Well, it was better than having to eat dangerously awful stuff every single day. He meant well, but he didn't realize how bad he was. This was the only way to stop him.
You got my condolences, Yuri.
Why are you looking at me?
Rita's cooking is nothing compared to this stuff, trust me.
I'd like to meet someone who could make food like that.
It's like looking at a scary monster. I'll pass on the food, though.
You already met him.
Strange. I guess it would have made more sense if I'd gotten this one before completing Flynn's cooking skit. Since he was obviously referencing Flynn here.
Oh, I'm following the recipes. Why isn't my food coming out as good as yours, Judith?
I do all of my seasoning by taste. Maybe that's it.
Try changing the balance of ingredients, or adding some seasoning that's not in the recipe.
Good idea. I'll try that.
I'm surprised to hear proper cooking advice from you, Rita.
Hey, I'm not the best cook, but adding spices is like mixing chemicals. It's just chemistry.
I guess in a way, but I also feel like that's not all there is to it.
You'll be fine as long as you taste it as you go. Probably.
So do you and Yuri use your own special seasonings? Is that why your food is so good?
Exactly. If you just rely on the recipe, your cooking will never be really delicious.
Cooking is hard, but I'll keep trying. I want to learn how to make better food.
That attitude is the secret ingredient to every good dish.
Oh, I got it! I finally hit the 600 mark for food. Is something wrong? You look troubled. Oh, I'm just trying to find someone. Pardon me, miss, but you wouldn't happen to be Patty Fleur, would you? Aye, that would be me, but who are you? I'm a member of the Creme de la Cuisine. I'm so happy that I've found you at last. Creme de la Cuisine, the Gourmet Guild. Exactly, I've come today in hopes of scouting Lady Patty's talents. Wow, really? That's amazing. You're a great cook, but I never knew you were this good. But I don't recall having any prior contact with Creme de la Cuisine. I believe you have. One of our members collapsed with hunger and was saved by your skewers. Oh, I remember that. Apparently that member has never forgotten the sublime taste of those skewers. Upon hearing that, the guild became desperate to recruit someone of such ingenuity. Hold it right there. That girl is going to cook at my restaurant. Who are you? She's going to be the head of chef at my restaurant, Lemur. No way am I letting the Gourmet Guild steal her out from under me. What, Lemur? That's the fancy restaurant on the top floor of the Nordopolica Coliseum. That's so awesome, Patty. Strange, everyone was initially hating her for being the granddaughter of Ifreed, and now they want her to cook for them. Wait just a minute. Huh, and you are? I am the secretary of the Imperial Council. Don't tell me you're here for Patty too. Correct, I have been ordered to engage this young lady's services as the royal chef. The royal chef? This has got to be some sort of joke, right? Doesn't feel like anyone's kidding to me. You're not just going to ignore them, are you? Now, everyone, calm down. First of all, eat this. Oh. It's bad manners to quarrel when there's tasty food right in front of you. I will eat this with pleasure. Never in my wildest dreams have I tasted anything so delicious. Delectable, such a bold presentation, yet such a subtle balance of flavor. You must come with me. I'm afraid I'm not going with anyone. There are things I have to see to. But I'll always treat you to something tasty. You can find me by following the whispers on the winds. So you've decided to become a wandering chef after all. Aye. My cooking can't be tied down to any one place or person. Free-spirited food, I see. That is your path to culinary perfection. I'll come cook for all of you when the mood takes me. Is that acceptable? Delicious food really ought not to be monopolized. I understand. We in the capital look forward to the day you visit. Boy, who knew people took culinary perfection or whatever so seriously? We sure are lucky to get to eat Patty's cooking all the time. Pays to be in the right place at the right time. Well, we really are grateful to have such a world-class chef for a friend. Just say the word, Yuri, and I'll whip you up something tasty whenever you want. 600 times, seriously. I also have to have free mastered recipes with Patty. Yeah, so I pretty much went with the low-hanging fruit for her. Salad, miso soup, and what else did I get for her? Soup noodles. Thanks for tuning into this Let's Play of Tales of Vesperia. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.